Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to a video channel today on F125. So for this video, I'm going to show you how to do well in races in those 3 races I'm going to show you. So make sure you stay to the end of the race, because we'll see what happens. So at the start of the race, apart from almost getting brake test there, but nothing happening there, so my apologies for that, if you're watching this on this video. Yeah, so anyway, so at the start, I normally, if you start from the back, or I say mid-pack or something, I normally save ERS. That is the kind of like a first tip I normally do in 5 nappers or in a lead race or something. So if you're close together, so if there's carnage and all that. Or sometimes in, I don't know, in career mode, if you're at the back, against AI. So you can use it a little bit against AI, or you can use it not to. So if it's like in open lobbies, I normally save my EOS a little bit on the first snap. So, or sometimes 2 sectors, or depends which track you're at. And then got this bit, almost pushed me off, but luckily nothing happening there. If he did push me off, that would have been maybe a legal overtake, but luckily it didn't happen. I did use it a little bit at the last corner, and then I decided to save it a little bit down towards turn 1. And then now this is where I can use ERS, using all the battery now, so of course that's my first tip, to save ERS, but I'll normally save it till lap 2 and then see how it goes from there, really. And now this is where I need to think, right, onto lap 2, now I've got to try avoid chaos and make sure you're in DRS, using all the battery as much as I can, and then see all these chaos happening through the field, when I was making my way through the field. So I'm up to P6 now, so that's kind of making progress. So that's kind of good after a lap and a half. So yeah, so you got P3 right in front of me, so, and then the leader's already gone at this stage, so if you see that happening, this is no point fighting for the lead. You just normally fight for like more places, or neither might make a mistake. Neither might make a mistake at any lap, so maybe you might have a slight chance of winning at this stage. And then now this bit was kind of chaos, so got DOS again. And then this guy was literally on the outside, so I had to give him space. Luckily I did. And then I got EOS. Luckily I had DOS on that lap to get slightly ahead of him. So yeah, now this is where I've got to try get through this pack for P4. And then luckily I managed to avoid the chaos behind me. So sometimes you do get carnage at the back, so when I do make my way through the field. And then I decided to go for the overtake on this McLaren, but I mean, I tapped in slightly, but well, you didn't have to go for it, but sometimes it's up to you if you want to go for it or not. But normally I just go for it, just for fun. If you have the pace, it's fine, but if you don't and you try and save EOS, just follow the quick driver and just save EOS a little bit, and then see how it goes from there. Really, make sure you stay in the DOS zone like that. The next tip is stay in the 1 second zone of the DRS. If it's like 8 temps, it's fine. But if it's more than 9.5 temps or even a second, you might have to use the EOS a little bit just to get in the DRS and all that, like this. So you get a chance of not just save battery, but also get closer to sometimes the leaders, sometimes the pack, like Battle for P2 right in front of me. If you see that happening, you get a place gain, like you're in P3 right now. So I'm already in the podium spot already. And now he's a bit far back, so using DRS, saving a little bit of DRS at turn 4, down in the middle sector. And then not using my battery, because I'm already in the DRS, so I decided to use medium just to just keep the speed up. Because if you put in none, you literally lose a little bit of speed, so it's best to keep it in medium somehow. And then come towards the last 2 corners, I just kept it on medium, and then through here very nicely. You got DRS on the main straight on the final lap. Now he's got a penalty. Well, it's because he just got track limits there. So if you see that happening, it's fine. You don't have to go for the overtake. You can just follow him. and see what happens. I did get a warning there, but that's only my first warning, so I was kind of okay with that. Now this bit, I decided to not to use ERS, using my DRS to get more speed, and then I come towards this straight. That's when I'll use my ERS to get more speed to overtake P2. I didn't have to do it, but it's best to do it anyway, so in case you got a penalty or something. But lucky I didn't, so I decided to go for it anyway. And that was kind of job done really. Just need to finish the last sector, and that should be job done for this race. Well, the leader is like 5 seconds up the road, so 3 seconds because of the penalty. So I decided to just use a little bit of EOS just to clear away from P2. Well, P3 got the guy behind me. So yeah, so I mean, it's not. That's kind of a good ensemble for these races. Just those are the 2 tips I normally go for. Save EOS on that one, so you can use it later on. Depends which track you're at. And DOS exactly the same. Stay in 1 second zone, and then just because you get more speed down the straight, and you can save a little bit EOS as well at the same time, like I did with the Ferrari a little bit. And sometimes it's like that. So yeah, so not too bad. So now we're on to Mexico now for race 2. This race was a little bit messy for this one, so I'm going to show you how to avoid the carnage, messy, and all that kind of stuff. If it's like Mexico or Monaco or even other tracks, including Austria, if it's messy, now I'm going to show you what messy looks like, and also you see what happens any second now. This guy just literally brake test me. Not sure why, but maybe he didn't know I was behind him. And that got me a 2-second penalty for that, somehow. I mean, that's kind of a bit weird, but I didn't care at this point, so if it does happen, just keep going. If someone brakes test you and it's not your fault, just keep going. And then this bit was kind of messy at turn 4 and 5 right here, so not sure what's going on here. I managed to get past a little bit through there, but luckily everyone made it through nicely. Just about. So now, through the middle sector now, this bit here, right now, went, well, a little bit of dirty air there, so I had to avoid it slightly. And then come towards sector 3 now. This guy was literally trying to cut the corner, trying to take me out or something, so I tried to, well, just trying to turn in a bit early, but I got me another penalty for that. And then this bit was kind of a bit messy. Well, I didn't mean to take him. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'm not sure he was braking a bit early or than I was. So I thought, now come towards this first turn, he decided to go for the move, but he decided to back out of it, I think. Yeah, he did back out of it, so that's fine. So now, just trying to avoid this Ferrari. I try to do a switchback, but sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does work, but that one didn't work occasionally. So I'm trying to get past this Ferrari for P8 right here. So I managed to get the move nicely, and then he decided to go for the inside. So, but luckily I managed to get ahead. So sometimes it goes side by side, but I didn't know he was gonna. I thought he was gonna back out of it, but it turns out he didn't. So I didn't know that was gonna happen. So now this is a bit where I had to catch up to the lead pack. The lead is already at the staging section right now. Well, I'm just on this straight right now. So I saving a little bit ERS through here. Then including the staging section, just saving a little bit of ERS. Luckily, I got DRS from this guy, just enough to get into the DRS. Then we've got a spinner there, so that puts me into P7. So yeah, after 2 laps of chaos, managed to set the fast lap of the race. Actually, no, it wasn't. I didn't get fast up in this race. There was a little bit of chaos on that lap. I think this is my fast lap of the race for this one. So, and I was quite surprised when I got this Mercedes in front of me, because I got DRS and using all the battery, and yeah, like that. So, not too bad. Saved a little bit of DRS through turn 4 and 5. So yeah, that was a clean overtake, so I'll definitely take that. And then we've got the knee pack is still there, so I'm definitely have a slight chance of winning. So yeah, so sometimes the knee pack are having a nice battle, just trying to save a little bit. I managed to get through the field, well, not the cleanest way. Sometimes I made it clean, sometimes it's a little bit messy, like this one, so sometimes it's not your fault. There's nothing you can do about it, really. So yeah, I managed to go up to this knee pack at the end of lap 3, so... And I managed to took someone. And then... This bit, luckily it was ghosted, so I was very lucky with that. Got me another 2 places. Using all the battery now, got DRS, and also the fast lap of the race, so it was this lap. So my apologies there, getting that wrong. So I decided to save a little bit of DRS down towards turn 1, because the knee pack is just there. Save a little bit of DRS while those guys are... Well, I think those two are having battle now. So... And then I turned a little bit too early there, so... That was kind of... Sometimes you make mistakes in races, but that was one of the mistakes I did. Including... And then I decided to go round the outside very nicely. Well, he didn't know I was there, so I managed to get the move. And then I got and then this bit, well, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure I got pushed wide or by this. And then this guy just literally cut the corner, pushed me off. And then I got an eagle overtake. So sometimes you do get an eagle overtakes in races. So normally you can let them back through, like I just did here. Just let him back through to avoid a 2-second penalty, because I already got 4 seconds already, so I don't want to make it worse. And then he decided to let me back through, so not sure why. So maybe I got him fair enough or something, I don't know. Or maybe I was just too quick, I don't know. Or sometimes you just keep going and you're thinking you didn't do anything wrong. But sometimes I just keep going because you don't. It's not a longer race. You only have like 5 laps, so. And then you got a little bit of chaos for the lead. I was quite lucky with that. Shame I didn't get DOS though, but that did cost me a little bit there. So I could have saved EOS down towards turn 1, but it's what it is. So now I'm battling for the lead now, so he's got a 4-second penalty as well. So now I just need to get... I mean... Yeah, not getting... Yeah, so not getting... Get a 2-second penalty for the legal overtake, so I was very lucky to let him back through. It was worth it though, but it did cost me the DRS there. So now... I don't want to get too close to him, so I decided to... and then I turned a little bit too early there. So, a little bit weird. And then this guy decided to... I don't know, I think he's just... I don't know, I'm not sure what happened to him though. He just literally just snowed down to net me through somehow. But I managed to get into the lead through the steam section using all the battery, including an extra 2-second penalty for track limits.
I think it's all over. It is now.
And I managed to get the fast after the race still, so I'm quite happy with that. I just managed to win the race. Just about, only about 3/10 I think it was, in the end. So just enough to get the win. From last to first as well, so it was quite impressive. So, I mean, I'll take it, but it wasn't the neatest last to first, but it was kind of chaos and all that. So let's move on to the last race now of this fifth note at Spain for race 3. So this race was, I would say this was really a really good race. So no, it's not messy, but it was kind of like it was better than Mexico though. So yeah, so what I'm doing is apart from surviving through the chaos, like you saw some people go off the track, spinners right in front of me, I managed to gain like 6 places there, so it's kind of not too bad. And there's another 2 people have gone off, so that's another few places gained, including another person on my left there. Decided to do a switchback right here, so very nicely, so not too bad. Using a little bit of EOS to get past him, because I was doing a switchback, I managed to get the move there very nicely, up to P6, so not a bad first lap for me, so I'll definitely take it though. And then now I'm gonna try catch up to the next pack for P3, P3 up the road. I mean, I think this is battle for P3 here, and then you got the first two right in front of me. Not far off from the leaders, so we are making progress. So yeah, so come towards the last corner, using a little bit of ERS just to get the momentum. Just staying in the toe, and saving a little bit of ERS. Just kept on medium for now, and that's absolutely fine. Down towards turn 1, very nicely. And then these two got tangled. That kind of held me up a little bit. And I managed to get to the inside. Luckily that was ghosted. So luckily that got me into a half spin somehow. So I was quite lucky. Managed to get past this guy though at turn 4. So wasn't planning for the overtake, but I managed to saw the door open and I went for it. This guy, he decided to go to the inside at turn 5, but luckily I managed to stay ahead there. So yeah, a little bit of happening going along here, so luckily I managed to get through in one piece so far. So I got DOS on this guy. I'm not trying to get too close to him because of the dirty air and all that. And then this guy decided to go for the move, and I managed to do a nice switchback on the exit of the corner. So I mean, fair play to him for that. Well, going for it. So I managed to hold on for P5 for now at the end of lap 2. And then come towards the end of lap 2, just managed to get into the DRS. A little bit wide there, that got me a warning. So with DRS, tried to catch up a little bit because someone's behind me is going to go for the move again. As come towards turn 1, as you see, the first 3 are initially just tangled themselves, battering for the lead. So the first 3 were battering, got into a tangled at turn 1, and they just went straight on. Got into a kind of a tangled situation. So yeah, so that was quite lucky as well. That was quite lucky for myself. So that puts me, well, kind of a net lead right now because he's got a 2-second penalty. So I you got a choice to make. You can go for the move for the lead, or you could just stay behind him because he's got a 2-second penalty. So you can just stay behind him, just follow him, save the US as much as you can, and see how it goes from there, really. And try avoid track limits and all that. And it got guys. The guy in P3 has a 2-second penalty, so I'm kind of like needing it. I'm kind of needing this stage. So I'm not actually kind of worried. I mean, I was kind of okay at this stage, at halfway. So yeah. So I've got DOS still, but he's managed to pull a nice gap using Norbit ERS just to get closer, and then turn into none just to save a little bit as much as I can. Well, just to save much battery as well, because I need battery anyway, because battery is definitely important. Yeah, so I've got like I said, I've got a choice to make. I could go for the win, or I could stay behind him. I mean, I'd love to win it on track, so I always do that sometimes. So sometimes it's risky, but sometimes it's just for fun. So, well, sometimes it's just for fun, but sometimes you can stay behind him, or you can just follow him, or you can just go for the win, try overtake him. You didn't have to, but sometimes you love to win it on track, and all that. I managed to get the fast snap though. I mean, I'm not the quickest, but I think maybe my last snap was my quickest. So since I had all the battery and all that, and I haven't used the overtake to go and past him yet. So yeah, so on to the final lap now. I'm using my battery on the last 2 corners, just to get a little bit closer, using a little bit of battery on the exit, with DRS, using the toe. And I managed to get a double speed down the straight towards turn 1, very nicely. And that is for P1, for the lead, on the final lap of the race. So that was kind of my plan. That was kind of my plan, almost, but I mean, I'd rather win it on track, so just to win it in style. But not win it in style, but just to get a good victory and, well, just to win it fair and square, of course, because I normally do that fair and square, just to make sure it's fair and all that. And that was definitely fair, so, because he had nothing to do, I had DRS, I had more battery than he had, and I had the massive toe, and so yeah, so I managed to pull away slightly from, well, I'd say I say the top, well, I say the two Aston Martins, really. Managed to pull away slightly, and I think that this bit I was just trying to, I think I was trying to get the fastest lap, using all my battery at the last two corners, get a good exit, and then up towards the 9, and that's another victory.
I think it's all over. It is now.
And also the fastest lap as well, so I'll definitely take that all day. And no penalties as well. I'll definitely take it all day. So yeah, so that's from me for today's vid note, showing you how to do these races. Just try do what I did, and then it'll be fine, and then you see what you do from there, really. So yeah, so make sure you like this vid note, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, don't push that as well, that gives me support, all that. And I'll see you guys next vid note, see you guys next time on Off on 25. Have a nice day, enjoy your weekend, and see you there.